Good morning. This is your daily for Friday, July 9th, 2021. So we have the Tower card here. Now, for a lot of you, this is going to be the energy for today. And I do apologize. However, for some of you, you see the Tower card and you're figuring, okay, today's doomed. It's just doomsday. Things are going to be awful. This isn't going to be a good day. But for a lot of you, understand that actually it is. It's actually going to be a very good day. There's going to be some amazing changes to go on. Now, for a lot of you, understand that for today's daily energy, excuse me, again, for June 9th, this is talking about a loss of a job. Perhaps some of you have been on unemployment for a long time. For some of you, this could definitely be talking about starting something over, okay? For some of you, if you owned your own business, it may be either you just closed it, you lost it, maybe with this pandemic it didn't work out well, and now it's like you hung in as long as you could, and you may have to start over. For some of you, this is definitely talking about new behaviors, new beginnings. All right. For a lot of you, when you see all these different lightning strikes in the Tower card, what it pretty much depicts is that each lightning strike speaks about truth. Okay. For some of you, you got to understand that with the Tower, this crown that was pretty much on the Tower, the crown is round, but it was trying to sit on a square top of this tower. A round crown will never sit properly on a square topping of this building. It won't. The problem is that the universe sees that this is not very balanced. This foundation is not strong enough to hold on to this huge crown. Therefore, this foundation, this tower, so to speak, this church, this tall church tower, it has to be knocked down and rebuilt. Now, once it gets rebuilt, it has a better chance of lasting a lifetime than it did in the very beginning when the crown wasn't fitting properly. So you see, the same thing goes with you in your relationship. If it's not being dealt with the right way, or if you're not being treated properly, or they're not being treated properly, when there's not a good balance here, when the relationship itself was built on lies, deceit, manipulation, someone had narcissistic ways or tendencies, there is no way possible that this is going to last for a long period of time. For some of you, it's important to know that your future in this situation, whether this is a work situation and you've been out of work too long, whether you've been on unemployment an extended period of time, whether some of you just can't find a new job right now. For some of you, this could be a relationship that's ended, either in separation or divorce. For some of you, it's not allowing your imagination to create something that's not there. Okay, it's like the universe is going to put a stop to those thoughts where you're pretending that everything is good or okay. But in fact, it's not good, it's not okay, which is why the Tower moment comes in to knock something out of the way. You see, lightning with this card, the lightning, it'll move to the left and to the right. It moves back and forth. It does that because the unconscious mind is moving. It's kind of moving with the conscious mind at the same time. Together, putting the unconscious mind and the conscious mind together, that pretty much will only deliver a sudden, unexpected spiritual awakening Okay? It's when you see it going back and forth, it's shifty. It's not stable. It's like getting ready to fall. For some of you, there's deception here of some kind. There's definitely possibly some of you having or going through an emotional meltdown. For some of you, this is about a loss of someone that was very dear to you or kind to you. It could also be about a loss of a friendship. But we all know that any kind of loss, no matter what it is or what it's about, can be very, very painful. For some of you, this is a warning right now about do not spend big money on big things right now. Whether you purchase a home, a car, whatever. Don't do it today. Not today. For some of you, this is going to show you how to have strength. For some of you, it's about seeing through the illusions and dealing with the crisis head on. Just dealing with it, saying, you know what? I'm going to take care of this. I'm definitely going to do this. I'm just going to deal with it and be done with it. For some of you, it is in fact a chapter that's closing. It is better to accept the truth in this situation than to live your life as a lie. So if you're with somebody who's not bringing the truth into you, it is much better. Because you see these people jumping out of the windows. But does it make any sense? Because they're here in this devastation with the smoke, the flames, the fire. And they're going to die here. Or they're going to jump out of the window. And because of the amount of the height of the fall, they're going to die there. So they're jumping to their death, so to speak. For a lot of you, these clouds that are in the sky, as you can see, the gray clouds. The gray clouds can talk about a universal secret. Because that's what gray stands for in the colors, with this picture especially. It talks about the universe having a secret. Possibly a secret that's in danger of being exposed. So maybe some of you are hiding something or living behind something. Maybe you're in a relationship where there's a third party and you're in danger or fear of that being exposed. Or the person who's cheating and spending time with you is in fear of that all being exposed. The lightning bolts symbolize the truth that's going to prevail. It's going to have to come out one way or the other. For a lot of you, again, the first step will be seeing through the illusions, seeing through the bullshit, seeing through what people want you to believe that something is, when in fact it's quite different. Some of you could be purchasing a car and somebody's trying to make you think this car is great, it's got no issues, it's got no problems. Maybe they set it up so that right now the codes won't come on unless you drive it for a while. Then the codes will start popping up. But when you first start driving a vehicle that has issues, that somebody got rid of the codes on it, after a few miles or so, them codes will start popping up. So take it for a good long test drive. For some of you, it could be about a relationship where somebody wanted you to believe they were one way, but in fact they were another. For some of you, you may have taken a partner or a spouse over top of your child, meaning that for some of you, there may be an agency involved in your situation that may decide to take the children out of your home if you continue to have certain people around them. And this person that you're having around them is trying to fool you and manipulate you into believing that, they're good, they're okay, they're this, they're that. But you were warned by somebody else, and now you're facing a tower moment to make a decision between the illusions that somebody created for you and the truth, which is where the lightning bolts, like I said, that's where the lightning bolts come in here. For some of you, this tower can talk about devil. It can talk about death. It can talk about endings. But it can also talk about a fresh start. Finally, the opportunity that you need. Things that are going to work out in your favor. I believe with all my heart today that this Tower card is really meant to be here. It really is. It talks about sudden changes. It talks about trying to avoid tragedy. You're trying not to fail. You're trying not to lose somebody. You're trying not to get fired. You're trying not to lose your home, your car, your relationship, whatever the situation is. The Tower can also talk about protection, isolation, and change. It can talk about breakups, separation, or divorce. It can talk about having problems in a relationship. It can talk about needing to release something. Release yourself from the bondages that you've got yourself trapped in this self-sabotaging mode. Release the addiction. Release the person that you have some type of codependency with. You've got to find a way to balance your life before the universe comes in and shows you this. If you have not experienced this Tower moment yet, that means you have a chance right now to change it yourself, to accept and be willing to accept the changes that need to be made and make them happen. If you don't, I promise you, the universe will send in the Tower moment, and you're going to have to deal with it one way or the other. No matter which way you flip it, one way or the other, you're going to have to deal with this Tower moment. It's not something we want to see. It's not something we want to face. For a lot of you, once this ending finalizes, I want you to understand. I know that part hurts. Any ending is not happy. Most of the time. But the new beginning is so going to be worth it. The future can be quite different from your past if you give life the opportunity to show you the newness, the new expansions, the new opportunities that it has for you. Don't let your beliefs from your past. Don't let your beliefs from your past get in the way of your happiness in the future. Don't do it. All right, this is the daily for today, Friday, July 9th, 2021. I'll be coming on next to do mini reads. There will be $111, 111. $111 live on my screen now. So join me. Join me now. Send your payment through PayPal. $111. Put your question in the payment or wait for me to come online, send your payment, and then write your question online. Okay? I'll see you live in just a few minutes after I see you watching this video.